Hi everyone, welcome back to Cute Nerdy DIY. So some of you might remember my old squishy makeovers, and if you do, you've probably seen the title of this video and you're wondering what the video is about. So I've decided to take some of my old squishy makeovers and basically unmakeover them. So the first squishy makeover that I've decided to potentially destroy is this Starbucks squishy. Now I really enjoyed this one, and I remember it took me absolutely ages to do the kind of Starbucks woman on the front, but after a while, I don't really use it at all, it just kind of sits on my shelf, so I wanted to do something with it. As you can see, there are a few little kind of peels in it, and from seeing those I got really intrigued and wanted to know if the squishy underneath was still in a good condition. Now I know quite a few people have said that squishies get ruined by acrylic paint, so this made me even more intrigued because I really wanted to know if that was actually true. And keep in mind, I have used acrylic paint with PVA glue, so that might have a kind of a different effect than if you were going to be just using acrylic paints. But yeah, so enjoy and we'll see what happens. So as you can see by this point, it's actually going surprisingly well. None of the paint seems to have kind of stuck down to the squishy really badly. And as you can see, there are a few little tears in the bottom of the squishy, but it's actually going surprisingly well. So this bit was really painful because I had to rip the lady that it took me absolutely ages to do, but I think by this point I was just kind of excited to see how well I could peel all of this paint off. One thing that was really cool was the fact that this sticker didn't actually peel off. Now I thought that would be completely ruined by the time I got around to doing this, but it actually doesn't seem touched at all. Unlike this lady who is, yeah, she's gone, she's done. So whilst I've been away and finishing at university, I've actually been watching a lot of Mariah's videos, and I really missed doing squishy makeovers. So I have got quite a lot of squishies that I really want to make over. I've currently got 2 at the moment that are halfway through makeovers, and those videos should hopefully be coming out within the next week. So at this stage I realised that actually the squishy was still in really good condition. It was really shiny, and it didn't really look like there'd been anything done to it in the first place, which is crazy when you think about how many layers of paint and glue had actually gone on it. Now I was quite worried about doing the top bit with the cream or the ice cream, because I thought that maybe that might rip. It did seem to be sticking down a lot better than the other bits, but as you can see it still squishes perfectly fine, and yeah. Anyway, I thought I'd just give it a go and see what happens. I mean, I've kind of took all the other bits off, so I thought why not. Now, after luckily getting all the rest of it off reasonably well, I was actually really worried about this straw bit. I actually did not expect this to come off at all. I thought it would probably end up staying on, but somehow it still didn't seem to have ruined the squishy, and in the end, I almost have like the exact same squishy I had to start with. And it's in really incredible condition. And I mean, when you look like all the paint and all the hard work that I actually kind of put into it, and the fact that acrylics are meant to kind of ruin squishies, this is actually in really good condition. Now, as you can see, there's an air hole, and there's a few little like rips into the chocolate like swirly bit, and yeah, aside from that, it's perfectly fine, which is great because it means I now can give it another squishy makeover. So if you can think of what you want me to change this into, then please let me know in the comments below. Okay, number 2. So I don't know if you remember this little lady, but she went through one of the worst squishy makeovers ever. Now, I used glow-in-the-dark fabric paint on her, and it really didn't work. It looked horrific and really messy. I tried to save her with like a cute face, but that just really didn't help. So I knew I had to just try and save her, and the only way of doing that was potentially peeling her. Now, luckily for you, I did that off camera, so you don't have to watch the whole process again, but here is the aftermath. Now, it actually doesn't look that bad. As you can see, her hair, I might have got a little bit too excited and a bit careless, and I pulled one big bit off in a big chunk, and I did rip a section of the foam out. So that is quite annoying. But aside from that, like, she looks pretty much like she looked beforehand. You can see a very faint kind of staining, so that's obviously from the pink that I did for her hair. There's a weird indent in her nose. I don't know if that might be an air bubble. And then in the top up here, there is, I remember I had to stick that back in, so there's a hole on the top as well. But I guess she still squishes fine, and I'm gonna actually give her a proper makeover, so fingers crossed she can actually look a lot better. And number 3. So this was one of the really early squishy makeovers I did, and it was a little narwhal, and this little guy was actually quite bad. Like, he didn't look really good to start with, and it was quite a small squishy to do. So I really wanted to give this guy another go because I was bored of the makeover I did. I thought it was really simple, it didn't look great, and it didn't really do much different to how it was before. And what I'd done for this one was I'd used way too much shaving foam in my mixture. So when I peeled it, this is what happened, and oh dear, it doesn't look good at all. It's really interesting to see how much this one has been kind of ruined compared to the Starbucks cup, because it was the same mixture. Now, I used acrylic paint, PVA glue and shaving foam, but I think for this one I used a lot more shaving foam, which really dried the mixture out, and apparently it seems to have stripped it of a lot of its paint on one side. So it does still squish, but it's completely ruined, and the tail is, I don't know what happened, I don't know what I did, yeah, the tail is ripped. So I really want to try and save this little narwhal if I can. I don't know what that staining is either, maybe paint or something, I really don't know. But yeah, even on the front there's like this weird kind of, I don't know. But yeah, so if anyone knows what they want me to change this into, then please let me know so I can do another makeover. Overall, this video was really fun to make. I actually really enjoyed it. And yeah, they turned out surprisingly well. I know I ripped like a couple of them, and the narwhal just looks horrific, but it's fine because we'll just give him another makeover. So, like I said, there are going to be some more squishy makeover videos. I'm really excited to be back. I have been really busy at university, but now I'm finished. So, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.